This is Bonsai Anonymous, just sitting on the back deck here. Had a real nice lesson with my teacher today. Learned a lot of good things. And I will pass as many on to you as I can as soon as I make sure I understand them completely. But right now, I'm just sitting in front of my chiminera. It's really cold out. It's probably 65 or 70 degrees out here, so it's a time for a fire. It's almost too cold for the hot tub, but I'll try to make it work. My wife is taking out an arrica palm. This is an arrica palm right here. They are ubiquitous landscape plants, and I'm looking at some over in the corner there. They're ubiquitous, and by ubiquitous I mean I don't like them very much. I've had to take a few out, and it's not easy, as my wife is finding out. But one good thing about it is that once the pieces of the palm get dry, they make really good firewood. Very, very light. Fires light easy, and they don't last that long. As you can see, even in the 2.5 minutes we've been watching, it's collapsing. And when it collapses all the way down and I don't see any more smoke up here, I'll probably go in and take a nap. But right now, I'm enjoying the heat. It's not making any noise. I'm hearing chainsaws and all sorts of stuff in the neighborhood, but very little crackling from this, and that's because it's so dry, I guess. Very little smoke. Same reason up there. Very dry. And I've got my little handheld chainsaw here, and I cut a bunch of this arrica palm into, say 1 foot or so segments. And I just put them in there, and after an hour or so, it'll just be coals, and then tomorrow it'll just be ash, or maybe a little charcoal, but I don't get a lot of charcoal out of this. I think if I did some heavier wood, maybe it would be better. I don't know. I'm not really a charcoal maven, but that's pretty cool looking right there, don't you think? These arrica palms are really just fibrous. When you get the water out, there's nothing but fiber, and I guess most plants are that way, but this particular plant, when it gets dry, it is dry, and it's just cool to watch it burn. I'm not going to put any more in because I do want to go in at some point this afternoon, but there it goes, collapsing down. And to think maybe a half hour ago my little chainsaw was cutting that in half. I put bird food out today, although we ran out. But over here we have, see, who do we have? We have a dove on the tree branch. We have a squirrel enjoying something, whatever it is. And that's part of my backyard right there. And here's the fire again. It's just as warm as it was, I'm glad to say. It's interesting to me how some of it, this piece that's right in front here has raw wood. At least it doesn't look charred at the front there. Now why it's not burning, I don't know. Perhaps, yeah. What caused that? Boy, the doves just took off like a house afire. I'm not sure why. Something was after them, I guess. When they really burn, you can hear their wings flapping together. Here's some more. They're not liking it here for some reason right now. I don't think the fire and the smoke is bothering them. They're not flying through it or even close to it. No, none of the birds come close to this. I've got bird feeders up here, but as long as I'm sitting here and there's a fire, nobody will go near them. Even though, I'm looking I think I could stand over there by the bird feeder with no problem and not get too hot. The heat mostly goes up from chimeneras. The front part has some radiant heat, and that's why I'm sitting on this little chair. This is, let's see here. This is my little folding chair that I'm using today. The doves don't care for what I'm doing for some reason, but oh, we're all right. Now, sooner or later, this will just be dust. Maybe by 10 minutes, there go the doves again. I gotta find out what it is that's scaring them. I don't know. I think it's burning down a little bit. It's not quite as bright as it was, and of course there's not as much in there to burn. Most of it's ash now. But I think we've got another 15 or 20 minutes worth of sitting here, which is fine. It's nice and sunny out for once. And it's a little chilly, but not in front of the fire it isn't. I think I'll let it run till about 10 minutes and then I'll stop it. Smelling some melting plastic. I don't know what it could be in here. I don't see any colors that would indicate any kind of metal in there. I don't know. I don't know why I smell a slight plastic smell. It can't be from anything in there really. Everything in there is either burning or ash. I don't know that it would get this far out here. Any kind of smell. There's no plastic in there. There is a nail in there somewhere, though. I burned a piece of wood that had a nail in it. I just wanted to see what would happen. I don't know if you can tell, but I lost a tooth. And I knew I was going to lose it, but I lost one of my incisors, my right incisor on top. And it had a groove in it, and I think it was going to break anyway, but it's gone now. We put a bridge in, a temporary bridge, which of course the incisor part of that bridge broke off, and now I still have a gap there. But next week I go to get, I think, 2 more teeth maybe put in. I don't know, 2 more implants. All right, another minute and a half and we'll forego the rest of this. I'm enjoying sitting in this. It's kind of like a hammock chair. It's very low. Gonna have to find out what it was over in back of me there that really freaked him out, because a couple of big flights of doves took off from the yard. I never see what it is that makes him do it. I know it's not a squirrel. We have squirrels all the time, opossums, raccoons, they're all here. Hawk maybe, but I don't know. It could be a hawk, I guess. Doves would certainly fly away from a hawk. Just about done. Still putting out some heat though. And I have enough here for next time. Plus I can always make more. We have quite a few of those, what do you call them, Arrica palm logs in the back side yard. I'm burning them up one at a time. And when they're all burned, I don't know, I'll burn something else. This piece in front, this big piece, I think is mostly ash, and I'm not going to poke at it because it'll do what it needs to do. But sooner or later, that probably is going to collapse backwards into the rest of those coals, and that'll be all right. All right, I think that's good enough. 11 minutes. Bonsai Anonymous and Chiminera out.